So let us proceed with the enterprise path to artificial intelligence. I would like to invite Mr. Paraskevas, the Chief Operating Officer of Xenatus Global. Mr. Paraskevas.
Good morning. It's great to be here with you today. Let's kick off. So, my name is Paraskeva. I'm Chief Operating Officer at Xenatus Global, and I've been in the ICT industry for over 2 decades, helping companies in their digital transformation journey. As Xenatus, we started off in the early 2000s in North America. At the time, we were digitizing the studios, the content of the studios in what led to be the Netflix and Spotify era, when we were moving from hard copies to digital content. And then from the mid-2000s until today, we moved into more conventional, if I can say, technologies. We're in the ERP era, and then cloud and automations with AI, helping companies around the globe to digitize and gain efficiencies from technologies. So what we have for you today, definitely AI is a big buzzword. We keep hearing about it. We are, you could say, tired of hearing about it. So we want to see why we believe that AI is here to stay, why it makes such a compelling story. We're going to walk you through the different worlds of technology that are required to get to a digital transformation journey with AI. And then we're going to give you some examples of how that can affect your companies. So let's dive in. Why AI is so compelling? Well, first of all, it adds value. Anything that adds value, anything that helps organizations get more, whether in performance, whether in efficiencies, it's always compelling. It's always attractive. It adds efficiencies. It gives us better decision-making through all these data that we're sitting on top of today. And it does that through natural language. So we don't need to be technology savvy to use it. We can ask questions, and we can get back answers that are in plain English or Greek or whatever language. We can ask it to give us answers in casual format, in more business format. So it's easy to use, and it keeps adapting to the changes. A couple of key points that we see from various research that has been done. One is by Gartner, which says that 65% of decisions made today are more complex than what they used to be 2 years ago, not 20 years ago, just 2 years ago. So what is changing so much? Well, nowadays, to make a decision, we require to tap into a lot more information. We need to talk to different stakeholders within our organization, maybe even external stakeholders. Maybe we need to reach out to formal bodies, the government, about regulations, and so on. We need more context in our responses, in our decisions, because things, again, are becoming a lot more complex, a lot more regulation and compliance that we have to deal with. At the same time, if we look at the DNA of the younger generations that are already in our workforce, 38% of current employees belong to Generation Z, and that percentage will creep up to 58% by 2030. And these Generation Z people are wired differently than what we've been accustomed to. They are already using AI in their day-to-day life. So how do we welcome these people into our workforce? And how do we give them the facilities for them to excel? In a world that is, even today as we speak, connected. Think of all the things we manage today through our tablet or our smartphone, whether it's tapping into your bank account, investing money in the stock market, anything you want. The government, electronic government, in most countries, nowadays you have a digital ID, you have digital passports, you can connect to different government services, everything through your device. So this is what we need to think of when we look internally now to our organizations. How ready are we for this world that is not coming, it's already here. It's just that we have to realize it and position ourselves accordingly. And of course, we already see the economic impact of AI. PwC is estimating that AI is poised to impact 10% of European GDP. So having said all that, what's the journey we have to embark on to embrace AI into our companies? Well, first and foremost, the cornerstone for AI is cloud technology. It's the backbone on which any future automation will be based on. So why do we move to the cloud? Well, it gives us scalability, it gives us accessibility from any device, from anywhere, it gives us security. It has a low cost of entry, so you pay as you go, so you don't need large sums of money, initial investment to go into. And talking about AI and machine learning, the cloud platforms have embedded tools in them that a company can benefit, even a small or medium-sized company can benefit with just maybe a monthly subscription or a low cost. And as Xenatus, our role in this is to help organizations build this cloud strategy. And let me just clarify that for us, cloud strategy doesn't mean that we become a 100% cloud organization. It takes a lot of digging. We need to have a look at applications, processes, and decide what makes sense to be moved to the cloud and what has a benefit to move to the cloud. The second tier, the second world of technology is that of connectivity. Most organizations across all industries, but especially maritime, you're sitting on a lot of different databases, different systems, a lot of information, data is sitting in silos. All that has to be connected. We need to make sense of it so that then we can have the decision-making process that is accessing all these, if I may, all these haystacks, and I'm looking for the different needles within each haystack. So I need to be able to connect them seamlessly in order to make sense for them later on. Once I have accessibility on the cloud and accessibility to all this data, once this data has been connected between it, then I can look into processes that are prone to a lot of manual work, repetitive work. I can dip into the platform, the technology platform for tools that lead to automations. I can utilize machine learning, I can utilize predictive analytics into giving me a lot more efficiencies and controls across. And that, of course, the last step is also embracing AI and augmenting all this with artificial intelligence. As Aris mentioned before, AI technology is not new. It's been around for decades. What is the big boost in AI and why we see it everywhere is because now we have the data and we have accessibility to all that data in order to drive the AI tools and give us the efficiencies we're looking for. Of course, that is theory. From theory to practice, it's a long journey. And things we need to consider in that journey is, are we still on legacy systems with infrastructure limitations? Is there compatibility issues between our applications? Data security, major factor and major consideration. Compliance, regulatory, becoming more and more, I think we all live it, as each day passes, there's more compliance, more reporting that we need to do. And of course, be it a journey, it's not just a simple 3 months, 6 months, a year project. It's an endless journey as our businesses evolve, as compliance changes. It's a long-term journey. So for that to be successful, we need to pick the right technological platform and the right partner that will venture with us and be with us along the way in this journey. Just to give some testimony and some examples from actual companies, Interorient, with whom we're doing a lot of automations in their quest for efficiencies and controls and leveraging technology on improving both internal and external processes. Last example from the maritime servicing industry with Todofeo. Todofeo, obviously being a technology company, is also embracing technology internally in their quest not only to give technology to their customers, but also to benefit internally from what technology has to offer. I'm sure you are all familiar with this picture. If we look at our own organizations, usually this is what we have. We have different systems and a maze in the middle, a spaghetti in the middle where we're trying, best case scenario, to have a slew of interfaces between most of the systems, and in many cases the interface is the phone, email, WhatsApp, or practically getting up from my desk, walking to my colleague's desk to ask for information. So this is something we find in any size company today. What our proposition is and what our platform solution is basically to put a brain in the middle with artificial intelligence that will connect all the different systems and all the different sources. So imagine tomorrow you have a request from a vessel engineer coming in, my operator picks that up, and instead of navigating through a slew of departments, tapping into external data sources, they can just ask the question and the platform can dive into either internal systems, knowledge bases, third-party data sources, and prepare the answer. And if that answer is not enough for the vessel, I can even use augmented reality so that, again, without having to get up, go to the airport, fly to meet the vessel, my senior engineer can use augmented reality to see what my engineer sees on the vessel and provide instantaneous guidance to solve the problems. So this is something that is here. The technology is here. It's just a matter of how do we get it implemented in our organizations. And of course, there's other more humble examples of how AI can help in automation in things like order management, accounts payable, banking, and so on. Now, you may ask, where do I start? How do I start? Well, if we look at what Gartner has to say and suggest, Gartner gives us an AI opportunity radar. So we can split it into internal operations and external operations, and everyday AI with game-changing AI. So we have to start from somewhere. Usually you start from the low-hanging fruits. You start from the processes that are easier to automate. That also gives you a boost. It's always good to score a goal in the first 5 minutes of a game. It gives us that drive to want more and more and more. Because, as we said, this is a long journey. How do we do it? Well, we have to make a plan. We have to deploy the platform tools that we have selected carefully, and then we augment that using AI. And of course, we evolve. Things change, we adapt more, but at the same time, we need to keep evolving as the business rules around us change and as business operations change. So, thank you. I know I ran